There is a chance this weekend to grab a slice of the past which took mankind to the future. Soviet spaceflight artefacts are being auctioned off in Germany, and Peter Oliver now takes a look at the space race history that's up for sale.
Those that want to be out of this world these days sign for Real Madrid, Barcelona, or even football clubs like Sunderland. But back in the day, if you wanted to be out of this world, you literally went out of this world. These are the objects that belong to people that went into space in order to be able to advance our knowledge about the cosmos and everything that goes with it. They're on sale right here in Berlin, and they include things like the suits that space dogs wore. But it all begs the question, how did somebody get this collection?
Das Warum ist ganz einfach.
I came to Moscow as an artist in October 1992. I stayed in Moscow after that and underwent commercial cosmonaut training. I met a lot of people who were among the pioneers of the Soviet space program. These were elderly men living through difficult times, and they wanted contact with foreigners to draw attention to their poor living. They bought me memorabilia and asked me for money to buy food or medicine. We exchanged these wonderful pieces. My collection kept growing for 7 years.
Amongst those things on sale are spacesuits that have been up in the cosmos, as well as even things as personal as a bottle that Yuri Gagarin drank from before he went up on his first maiden flight into space. But what's really cool about this sale is that you get to be able to touch and hold in your hand things that have been part of our history in space. Peter Oliver, RT, Berlin.
And the dog spacesuit you saw there in Peter's report could fetch a tidy sum too. Its starting price is thought to be around €4,000, and there's a good reason for that, and that's because it was man's best friends that paved the way for humans to reach orbit. In 1960, two strays, Belka and Strelka, made space history by spending over 25 hours in orbit and making it back home alive. They were the first creatures ever sent outside Earth's atmosphere, and for such a long time. Before them, dozens of dogs took part in Soviet space flight experiments. For instance, Lisa here was the first animal to ever float outside a craft in a spacesuit. She came back alive and well, I'm pleased to say, and Malishka's trip wasn't smooth. Really, her landing pod got lost in a storm, and scientists took 2 days to find it because a herdsman stole its brightly coloured parachute. Malushka, though, was OK. The breakthrough into space, though, came with Lajka. She became the first ever animal to get into orbit, but she died a few hours into her flight due to stress and overheating. Without these pack of pioneers, mankind would never have made it into orbit.